Philippines. I am Justin Andrade, and this is Let Use Love, your trusted source for educational news and insights. Today, we bring you a special investigative report that concerns thousands of future teachers preparing for the licensure examination for teachers. To help us investigate this issue, we now join our co-anchor, Ms. Danica.
Thank you, Jessica. To learn more, our field reporter visited the College of Education to speak with students who recently completed a practice examination. We now go live with Christine Mendoza. Christine?
Thank you, Danica. I am here at the College of Teacher Education, where many students recently completed a practice lab examination. Although they prepared extensively, several students admitted that answering multiple choice questions was more difficult than they expected. Let's hear directly from them. Good afternoon. May we know your experience during the examination?
Honestly, before the exam, I review every night and I feel confident because I know the lesson about. When I'm answering the questionnaire, I feel confused because the choices is more than two or more because it seems the answer there is seem both correct.
What was the most difficult part of the exam?
For me, I usually understand the questions, but some choices were very similar. So sometimes I guessed because I couldn't determine which the answer was actually the best.
Those were the experiences of our fellow education students. While many possess the necessary knowledge, they still struggle to identify the best answer because they are unfamiliar with how multiple choice questions are designed. Back to you in the studio.
Our education correspondent spoke with an experienced teacher who has been preparing future educators for professional examinations. Let's hear the expert's perspective.
To better understand the issue, we interviewed Professor Helena Marie Aponton, who has years of experience teaching and preparing future lab examiners.
A common misconception is that reviewing alone guarantees success. While knowing the lessons is essential, it is equally important to understand that multiple questions are designed. Understanding the structure helps students answer more strategically and confidently in exams like licensure examination of teachers.
Back to studio.
Thank you, Ira. It appears that the problem goes beyond simply knowing the lesson. It also involves understanding how multiple choice examinations are carefully designed.
Our investigative team will examine the anatomy of a multiple choice question and uncover the important parts that every future lab examinee should know. Stay with us.
According to our expert, one reason is that many examinees are unfamiliar with how multiple choice questions are designed. Our investigative reporter takes a closer look at what experts call the anatomy of a multiple choice question. We now go live to Thea. Thea?
Thank you, Jess-Ann. Just like the human body has different parts that work together, every multiple choice question also has different components, each serving a specific purpose. To better understand it, let's examine a sample question. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary examination question. However, every part has a purpose. To explain each component in detail, here's our education reporter, Miss Atasha. Atasha?
Thank you so much, Miss Thea. The first part is called the stem. The stem is the main question or problem presented to the examinee. A well-written stem should be clear, direct, and free from unnecessary words. Next are the options, also known as the answer choices. These are the possible answers provided to the examinee. Most multiple choice questions contain 4 options labeled A, B, C, and D. Among these options is the correct answer, also called the key. The remaining options are called distractors. Distractors are incorrect but believable answers. Good distractors are closely related to the topic, making examiners think carefully before selecting an answer.
We've now identified the four major parts of a multiple choice question. Let's observe what happens when an examinee answers this question.
Formative assessment or diagnostic assessment? But they both sounds correct.
Notice that the student is comparing similar choices. This is exactly where distractors perform their role. They encourage examiners to analyze carefully instead of relying on memorization or guesswork.
Diagnostic assessment?
By understanding the function of each part, the student is better able to identify the best answer instead of being misled by similar choices.
Our investigation has shown that every multiple choice question is carefully constructed. Understanding this anatomy helps explain why multiple choice examinations are more than simple tests of memory. They are also tests of reasoning and decision making. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Thea. That investigation clearly demonstrates that every part of a multiple choice question has an important touch. In the next part of our special report, we'll explore the physiology of a multiple choice exam and discover how these components work together to assess knowledge, comprehension, and critical thinking. To answer that, we have our demonstration reporter, Mark. Mark?
In biology, physiology refers to how the different parts of the body work together to perform a function. So let's see what actually happens when a student answers a multiple choice question. This begins with a stem which presents a question or a problem that the student must understand. Next is the student carefully reads the options and compares each one with what they already know. Finally, after analyzing every choice, the student selects the correct answer, demonstrating not only knowledge, but also reasoning and decision making. So this entire process is what educators refers to as the physiology of a multiple choice examination.
That's very interesting. We now welcome our assessment specialist, Geraldine. Thank you. Multiple choice examinations remain one of the most widely used assessment tools because they offer several advantages. First, they are objective. Since each question has one best answer, every examiner grade using the same standard, reducing personal bias. Second, they are reliable. A well-constructed multiple-choice exam produces consistent results and accurately measures student learning. Third, they are efficient. Large-scale examinations such as that involve thousands of examinees, and multiple-choice tests allows for faster and more accurate scoring. And finally, these examinations can assess not only the factual knowledge but also higher-order thinking skills such as comprehension, application, analysis, and evaluation when questions are carefully rated. Thank you, Geraldine, for explaining why this assessment format is widely used. Our news analyst joins us now with what makes a good multiple choice question. Kim?
Thank you. Through our investigation, we found out that effective multiple choice question shares several important characteristics. First, the style should be clear, concise, and easy to understand. Second, there should be only one best answer. Third, the instructors should be believable and related to the lesson. Fourth, the options should have similar length and grammar so that the correct answer does not stand out. Lastly, a good multiple choice question should match the intended learning objective.
In our observation of students answering a practice examination, we noticed several common mistakes that often lead to incorrect answers. Let's take a closer look. This first situation, the student answered before reading the entire questions. As a result, an important keyword was overlooked, leading to the wrong answers. In this situation, the student initially chose the correct answer but later changed it without evidence. This resulted in an incorrect response. Lesson: trust your preparation. Change an answer only when you have a clear and
Let Use Live, bringing you knowledge that informs, inspires, and prepares future educators for success. I am Jessamine Andrade, and I'm Danica Villadaya. Thank you for watching. Good day and keep learning.